So the Achilles is a bit sore. I couldn't be happier really. 45 minutes, didn't feel it at all, which probably means that it's settled down and it's not an issue, but I won't do a double even though I want to. I'll just run again tomorrow, and if it's completely good, then I'll do some faster work on Wednesday. Harry and I are back at the 9 mile loop, 9 miles on the trails, banking some easy volume, and tomorrow I've got something big. I don't know why I do that voice. Very Clarkson, isn't it? 9 miles done. Got a little bit competitive with myself. So I really rolled the last few miles downhill, and the last 3 miles were 5:40 something. So I'll probably regret that tomorrow. But it was fun, and I've now set a record, a buggy record on the reverse 9 mile loop, which I can come back and try and beat each time until I'm world buggy record holder for the 9 mile loop. Harry, how did it feel going fast? I think that's a 5k PB. Yeah, downhill. Doesn't count, does it? All right then.
So we are out on a family buggy run with a very excited Harry and a really excited Matt. Marked, set, go!
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
So, I'm down the lake again on my second run of the day. I've got Harry and I'm with Kelly, and she's going to be doing her session as she chases towards a fast 5k. I don't know where she's gone. I've lost her. I think her hair fell out or something. Here she is. She's coming.
Sorry, I had to fix my ponytail. Means business.
So yeah, I get a few more miles, she gets a session, and we get to spend some time together. I think she enjoyed. Thursday, I'm going out with Harry in the buggy again. 8 miles I think I'm going to do, very easy. 2 loops of 4 miles in the local area. And nothing really to report. Legs have pulled up quite well from yesterday I think. But we'll find out when we get out there. 8 miles easy done. And my favourite part of that run was on the podcast I was listening to, Inside Running Podcast. 2 of the boys were talking about how much lifting you do when you've got a baby, and how your back is always in agony and you're always lifting, bending, and it's only after you've got a baby do you realise what all these mums and dads have been complaining about, their bad backs, because it's so much lifting and moving and twisting. Thanks Harry, but I love you. Harry, am I always lifting you up? Doing my back in, bending over? Yeah.
Well, tell me what. Do you
want me to do mark, set, go?
Do a countdown.
I'll do mark, set, go, okay? Marks, set, go.
Right, it's 5:30 Friday night, and I've done a lot of easy miles with the buggy. I've done that time trial. Got a session tomorrow, but I haven't done many steady miles this week, so I'm going out to do 10 miles steady. I'm not limiting it. I want the heart rate to be about 160, and hopefully that's faster than 6:30 pace, but we'll see. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to do it by feel, but just be clipping along without going too hard that it's going to impact tomorrow's session, which is a threshold session, and that'll be another box ticked then. I'll have done the VO2 max stuff, which was the 5k, threshold session, then tick off the long run. But right now, 10 miles, steady, gonna put some music in and just clip along. There we go, run done, and I absolutely loved that. Really surprised myself. 6:11 per mile for a 159 average heart rate, just perfect. They are some of my favourite runs where you feel like you're really clipping along quite fast, but it just feels so controlled and comfortable. When I talk about heart rate, you've got to remember that everyone's heart rate zones are completely different. So 160 would be like Kelly's anaerobic threshold, but for me it's just high-end aerobic. So my anaerobic threshold is like 180, 181. So yeah, 160 feels really comfortable, and I raced a marathon at like 168 to 172. So yeah, so it's easier than marathon pace, just clipping along, and I felt great. Really, really loved it. So the legs felt good, and what I would call today is could have done a session day, could have done a session today, but instead I've banked 10 nice aerobic miles, high-end aerobic, gonna get a really nice benefit from that, and now hopefully the legs will feel okay tomorrow, and I'll do a really good session tomorrow. And it's shaping up to be a really decent week. With the 5k time trial being a positive, I've had some really nice runs. I think things are starting to click. A lot of work to be done, but just really happy with tonight's run. The last thing I was going to mention was I was wearing the Saucony Endorphin Speed tonight, which is a really nice, steady tempo type shoe. You can do sessions in them as well. Oh, the light's gone. You can do sessions in them as well. But it makes me think, oh, if I had a super shoe on, if I had the pros on, or the next percent, for 160 heart rate, what would I be clocking then? It would be low sixes, or maybe even 555, 558. So that's really promising. Really nice. That's a big confidence boost. So yeah, just got to keep grinding away and keep making the progress. One last thing before I go and stuff my face at dinner. Someone commented on my 5k time trial video that it looks like I've got 10 pounds to lose. I didn't know it was that obvious. Maybe the camera does put pounds on. But I'm not gonna lie, I am not overweight, but I'm over my racing weight. But I like to train a bit heavier and then let my weight come down then when it get closer to a goal race. So I am about 10 pounds actually. It was a pretty decent estimate above my race weight, but I don't like to stay near my race weight. I feel susceptible to injury when I'm that low. I'm really lean at that weight, whereas now I'm what I would call a healthy weight, where I feel quite sturdy and like I'm not going to break. And but I will be bringing my weight down a little bit for the A-goal race, not for the time trials, just for the actual race, which I'm still not sure where it is or when it is. I guess it'll depend on COVID restrictions, what races pop up, and the shape I'm in. But I wanted to address the elephant in the room, the elephant being me. Only joking. But yeah, I wanted to address that. And I don't mind people commenting on my weight, but I do think it's a touchy subject and you've got to be careful. I know there's many people that would have taken that wrong, but I'm comfortable with the weight I'm at and the weight I'll be at, and it's not an issue for me. But I do realise that weight is a sensitive subject, and there are people vulnerable that can take it the wrong way, so be careful what you comment. So I've just watched the World Half Marathon Champs, and I just love watch running. I'm not going to go through it all. There was some drama in the women's race, and a big upset in the men's race with Chelimo beating his compatriot Cheptegei. But the run of the day goes to Jake Smith with a 60.5 minutes PB, a half marathon in 60 minutes and 30 something seconds. Ridiculous, incredible running. So well done, Jake. I'm now going out on my session. It's a alternating session down the lake. I'll just do a lap at 5:20 and then a lap at 5:40. My threshold's about 5:30 at the moment, so I'm just going to go either side of that and play around with the lactic levels in my body, trying to buffer it on the 5:40s and obviously surpassing my lactate threshold with the 5:20s. Not sure how many I'm going to do. Do about 10k, I think, about 6 miles of work. Shouldn't be too taxing, but I should feel like I'm working. Should feel uncomfortable, but not like a really hard session. Session done, really happy with that. Felt pretty comfortable the whole way, alternating the pace. Average 5:26 maybe. and the aim was 5:30, so a little quicker, but yeah, just felt really good. Just another box ticked, and hopefully my threshold will keep coming down until I'm back in 69-70 minute half marathon shape, and my 10k will be faster, my 5k will be faster. Yeah, really promising signs this week. It's the first week where I've really started to see some progress. Hopefully bang in 15 miles easy on the trails tomorrow, and that'll be 80 miles for the week, which will be a really solid week. So I would normally do that session K on, K off, but I thought it just made sense to do lap on, lap off, which is about 730 meters, and it worked really well, and thoroughly enjoyed that. Wore the Endorphin Pros today, so I had a bit of an aid with the stiff plate in the race shoes, but if I'm honest, I would never race in these shoes. I just find the next percent and the Alpha Fly faster, so I need to use them, so I may as well get some decent sessions in them. Recovery shake now, and long run tomorrow, and I'm on course for a really nice week. So it's Sunday, and I'm driving to the trails for my long run. Body's starting to feel this week now, so just gonna take it really easy and just jog around, I don't know, about 15 miles. Which will take it to 80 miles a week, which is my biggest week in forever, and hopefully I'll be able to build on it next week. But I've had a really good week. I'm looking forward to just chilling out with a podcast. Actually, I might put Audible on, I might listen to an audiobook. There's this Brave Athlete one that I want to listen to, so I'll let you know if that's any good. After the run, I do miss running with people for a long run. Andy's out injured, so I've got no company. I just find the time passes a lot quicker when you're just chatting. But anyway, I love running anyway, so I'll just get out on the trails, and it's not a nice day or anything, but it's not a horrible day. And I'm procrastinating, so I better get going. And we're done. A really, really good week. That was a slog though. 14 miles, an hour and 45. Heart rate was low, but legs, they weren't feeling it. Sometimes you just got to listen to your body, take it easy, but still get the long run done. I'm really happy with how the week's gone. The book I'm listening to is The Brave Athlete, and it's really good. It's so well researched. It's so well researched, and I'm really enjoying it. I would definitely recommend listening to it. It talks a lot of truth. It was talking about social media and comparing with each other, and how everyone says, oh, that's an awful bad thing to do, but it's natural. That's what humans do. We compare each other, compare with each other, and it's just about managing that so it doesn't become an unhealthy thing. You know, I compare against other people, and people compare against me, and that's just life. Anyway, listen to the book. They put it in a much better way, but it talks about loads of different things. The bit I'm on at the moment is eating disorders, and that's really interesting. There's loads of different aspects to The Brave Athlete, but it's well worth a listen or a read. Anyway, that's my book review done. Time to get home, eat a lot of food, and get on with some work. But I'm really happy to get 80 miles done, a 5k time trial, a really good session, and a long run on the trails. The other thing I was going to say is I want to do some more challenges. Okay, the 5k time trial wasn't a challenge, but this, you know, that sort of thing. The mile challenge I did. So if you've got any challenges for me, put them in the comments, and maybe I'll give them a go. But something fun, you know. I want all-in episodes, but I also want some videos where I do some things that might be of interest, or might be fun, or a laugh, or even just silly things. I don't know. I'm not very creative. I call myself a creator. Empty. Nothing there. Right, I'm gonna get... Oh. Someone said that I finished the last episode too abruptly, so to make this less abrupt... Oh, police are here. Don't know what I've done. To make this less abrupt... What are the police doing here? Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the police officer that's just pulled up in the forest behind me. It's weird, isn't it? Whenever you see a police officer, you think you've done something wrong, even though you know you've done nothing wrong. All I've done is a long run. Nothing wrong with that. It's Sunday. Church on Sunday long run. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. So to sign off less abruptly, all I can really say is like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that. And I will see you next week with hopefully an all-in and maybe a challenge. And have I got anything to review? Maybe I'll review something.